I wanted to focus on one of the new Warriors, Nemanja Bjelica, and I wanted to look at how the Warriors were using him in a particular set that I always call the Klay play. For those of you who don't remember what I'm talking about, here's a quick review from a previous video. I call it the Klay end of quarter play because for many years it would basically be Klay who would run the play. Here's an example from the good old days when Klay was playing for us. The very brief summary of the play is that there's going to be a decoy pick and roll at the top here, and Klay is going to end up getting a down screen and curl around it. Here's the heart of the play. There's always what appears to be a pick and roll up top, and here it's super convincing because it's Steph and Draymond, and they run most of the pick and rolls. And so everyone, including you maybe, everyone is looking at what looks like a pick and roll. So here's Draymond seeming to set a screen, and Steph seems to be taking the screen. This defender's rushing up to try to cover Steph taking the screen, but the real action is happening over here. On this weak side, you have somebody setting a down screen for Klay, and Klay will take this down screen and curl over here, and then the pass comes over to him, and he spots up and shoots. There it is. Okay, we're back. So now we're in 2021 in the preseason, and we're still running the Klay play, but we're not running it at the end of quarter exclusively anymore. Now we're gonna see how Bjelica runs the Klay play. You can see the setup happening. Steph is going to get this little down screen, and he's going to come up and set this quick screen and then slip it. And on the back side, remember, Bjelica gets this screen and he takes it to the side, and he's going to be open for three. That's the theory, anyway. It's a pretty good theory because Bjelica is being guarded by Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo Anthony is not known for his hyperactive defense. So there's Steph going up. Here's Carmelo sort of in the vicinity of Bjelica. Steph is here about to set this screen. Avery Bradley goes this way, and then Steph will, in theory, slip, right? And you have LeBron, who's certainly smart enough to figure out the play, but, you know, LeBron is in full vacay mode. He's going, what, max 15% impulse factor? Like, he's just cruising through the preseason. So he's just kind of wandering over to guard Andre. I don't think he's really too scared of Andre taking an open three, but he just feels like he needs to be seen guarding somebody. Okay, so as we predicted, Steph put the screen down, slipped. Bjelica gets this down screen and curls around it. The down screen is in fact unnecessary because Carmelo Anthony didn't even notice that Bjelica cut, so he's here, he's not even close to hitting the screen. But it was good that he set the screen because who knows, this other defender could have noticed. I don't really know what impulse factor Carmelo's going at, but I imagine it's probably more like, what, 30%? Because he sort of feels like he has to prove himself on the new team. I don't know. Anyway, Bjelica is totally open on this pin down. He's a big guy, and the dream is he's a stretch five, so stretch it, Bjelica. Open three, close three. That's the dream. A couple plays later, the Warriors decide to run the same play. Okay, you can see the setup again. Steph is going to come up, set this screen. Bradley's over here. Bjelica is curling around. He's going to get this pin down and pop out. But something is happening that's different. Here's Carmelo Anthony, and like I said, he's not known for his ultra intense defense, but the Warriors just ran this play, so you figure Carmelo is going to be aware that this thing could happen again. So there's Bjelica going. Here's the screen. Bjelica's curling around to the screen, and Melo has adjusted. He knows that last time Bjelica did this, so he's going to shoot the gap and try to cut off the pass. So good for Melo. LeBron continues to just enjoy his vacay with Andre. I said LeBron was at 15% power. You know, Andre is probably also at 15% power, so they're both just idling their engines, enjoying life in the corner. So Bjelica sees that Carmelo is shooting the gap. There's a screen that is interfering with Melo, and so instead of curling around, Bjelica says, all right, I'm just going to fade out to the corner, but unfortunately the angle is not such that it's easy for the ball to make the pass all the way to this far corner. So Steph, I don't know how much of this was planned or not, but you may remember in the previous examples, whoever comes up to set the screen usually immediately slips and makes themselves available for this little pop out. But if you've been following Steph Curry, one of the underrated features of his career is he just loves screening people. I think he feels like people think he's a little soft guy, so he just loves nailing people with screens. So he absolutely gets all of number 2 on this screen. Bam. Bradley comes off the screen, and then he bails out to Steph. The Warriors, I feel like they've emphasized getting into action sooner so that you can run more of them per possession. And here we're at 15 seconds, and we've already had a pretty good play, and so there's time for more. So Steph does something interesting. He chucks the ball all the way over to Iguodala. There's always this general Warriors concept of changing sides of the court and then letting Steph run around on the weak side to try to create something. This is a pretty extreme version. I think Andre and LeBron were pretty happy just chilling, talking about old times. So Andre comes back to the top. Now Andre has some options. Typical actions in the Warriors offense include, on the weak side, if you have 2 men and if Steph is running towards you, then you know you got to just nail whoever Steph is being defended by. Like whoever Steph's with, just screen them. And this is something that last year's Warriors took a long time to figure out. But this year's Warriors seem to have gotten the concept very fast. If you're with Steph, screen them. If you see Steph walking down the street with Aisha, screen her, right? So here he comes. Andre's going to enter to Bjelica. This is Juan Toscano-Anderson. So he's going to set himself up to give Steph a screen. And then typically what happens is that Bjelica then can step up and hand off to Steph and then set a screen right away. So it turns into an instant stagger handoff. Okay, so Juan actually moved over here in order to give Steph a better angle. Something interesting happens on the way to the screen. So here's Juan. He's about to screen number 2. Steph's going to take this screen. And watch how number 2 defends this. Number 2 sees what's happening. He says, okay, I'm getting screened. Steph's going this way. I'm going to go over the screen and just try to jump the passing lane. So this defender's going to go hard to the arc. And just like we saw Bjelica 10 seconds ago, when someone overplays you so hard to the front, that's a good time to consider doing some kind of cut to the basket. So there. Steph took the screen. This player's selling out hard. He looks like he's going to end up in the stands. He's going so hard. And Steph is immediately countering this by going the other direction. There. And now he's got a step. And Bjelica reads that so quickly and so well. He saw that Steph was reversing direction, and then this beautiful bounce pass where no one can get it. To be honest, a completely perfect bounce pass might have bounced here, so it would have led Steph a bit more. But hey, the ball got to Steph, and that's good. Dwight Howard over here, if he had realized this was happening in time, he could have turned to switch on to Steph, but I guess he's distracted. Nice pass. Steph goes up fast because the defender recovered really well. Incredibly beautiful reverse layup. And Steph ends up in turtle mode. Celebrations. I think Steph was pointing at Bjelica saying nice pass. Here's a replay. Good read. Again, the pass is a little behind him. Steph with the and one. Nice body control as he's getting whammed. Bonk. LeBron is here. He seems peaceful. He looks almost sedentary. Anyway, hope he's happy. I like this new guy, Nemanja Bjelica, and he's been shooting pretty well in the preseason. He does seem to hit open shots, which is great. That part we were all hoping for. I've been surprised by his attacking closeouts and driving and kicking. That's pretty good for what looks like kind of a slow big guy. And he's also reading the floor really fast. I think he's made good reads and good passes, and he hasn't been a black hole. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play in the system. I think he's really, really perfect for the Kerr system. So welcome to the team, Nemanja Bjelica, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name.